Jane Nam. Um, and actually, we'll start with Sean. She's actually doing a master's at the minute in applied linguistics. Um, and this is, I believe, their first ever roses as well. And we've also got Zhang Nam. He is in the first year of study doing mechanical engineering, which sounds like a nightmare for me. I hate the thought of engineering. Alicia Ho and Will Jones make up the second pair. Alicia is a second year psychology student and actually was playing firsts last year at Roses at York. We've got Will Jones. He is in the second pair as well. He is in the second year of a business with economics degree and also played firsts last year. And we've also got, making up the third pair, Thea Baker and Tyler Allen. Now, Thea is actually in her third year of her marketing with psychology degree and actually played in seconds last year. And Tyler Allen makes up the last of the third pair. He is in a third year of the sociology degree and played firsts last year. And a bit more of a fun fact, Will Jones is the men's first captain, Thea Baker is the women's first captain, and Tyler Allen is actually the president of the club. So we've got quite a few not only high-ranking members of the Badminton Society here, as it were, but we've also got quite a few experienced players. There are only two players that have not played at Roses before. So I think this is going to be very, very interesting indeed. As I said, people are just warming up, as you can probably see on cameras. And yeah, it's great fun. I think there's going to be quite a bit of strategic playing. But yeah, it's going to be great, I think. If it's, as I said, anything to go by yesterday, it's going to be fun. But yeah, 9 a.m. It's going to be interesting. Interesting indeed. And one thing we noticed yesterday is that there's a wide range of snacks that the badminton players bring for in between their matches. There was everything from like protein bars to fruits to... I'd probably be the person to bring chocolate, but that's me. But yeah, warm-up is actually really fun so far. It seems that both York and Lancaster players are getting ready. Certainly on court number 6, it seems that there's people practicing defensive shots and overheads. We've got a few people on court number 7, just practicing in general, I think closer to the net. And then we've got some of the Lancaster team just strategizing here on court number 5 as they get ready for matches to play around 9:30 or so. But yeah, there is quite a bit of play going on. They're just setting up the scoreboards as well. A few players just coming in and out. A few more people actually arriving to watch the matches. And definitely, I think at the minute, the most interesting warm-up is that on court number 6. They're practicing drop shots at the minute. Just really small, light touches to get the shuttlecock to barely go over the net. Backhands as well. One of the more controllable shots, certainly in badminton, as you're not necessarily, I think, flicking through as much. I don't know. I'm not the most experienced badminton player personally, but I certainly enjoy watching it. More strategizing occurring sort of between the York team now, or just between sort of courts 6 and 7. And I think we are almost ready to get underway. Warm-up just about starting again on court number 7. Someone just practicing the backhand serve. quite an important shot in badminton, the serve. Certainly, for example, in tennis, it's known as 50% of your game, and I think that holds true in badminton. Very, very important shot, sets up the rest of the entire point, in fact. As it, you can move your opponent around with the serve, either make them run forward if you hit quite a short serve, or try and force them backwards in the court. Try and get the serve over their heads if you can. But yeah, strategizing going on, serving practice. Very good set of warm-ups so far. Not much of the action has begun yet, though, unfortunately. But yeah, more and more spectators arriving too. I didn't expect there'd be quite so many people already here for the fixture, but that is very reassuring. We always love a very lively crowd, and it's going to be fun. York still strategizing, and Lancaster, I think, are now going to start warming up some of their players. Make sure that everyone's ready for the matches. And yeah, we'll be good to go, hopefully. Unfortunately, I am trying to, if you couldn't tell, spin this out, as there isn't much happening at the minute. But trust me, we'll get a lot more action-packed. The badminton matches, it's fairly straightforward. It's best of 3 sets, so first to 2 essentially, and it's 25 points per game, per set even, and it can get very, very, very tight indeed. I know certainly yesterday for the Saturday morning fixtures, we had very, very tight sets going to, I think, 25, 21, quite a few of the sets. And certainly the teams earlier, I think it may even hold true for the teams today. What we've seen is that York has had an amazing defence. Both teams have a really good defence, but York's defence against Lancaster's attacks in general have been very, very good. Court coverage in general from both sides has been absolutely amazing. And I think Lancaster have had slightly the edge, certainly on when it comes to attacking, as they just know these courts better. They've been practicing a lot more. But that isn't to say that York have not risen to the challenge. They have done very, very well in the fixtures so far. But both have been able to attack fairly confidently, and we are getting more warm-ups underway, and that attacking is on show. Certainly on court number 5, we've got a fairly continuous and fast-paced rally. Quite a bit of improvisation as well, as we got a net. The shuttlecock hit the net and only barely went over the other side of the court. And that's another important thing you need in badminton. Improvisation is really key, as it allows you to sort of adapt to the different points that you've got, different sort of playing styles, not only of your opponents, but also they are going to change up the pace of the points through as it goes along. But yeah, warming up is well underway for Lancaster. Just hitting some regular shots, doing some stretches. York are currently strategizing and preparing, I think. But yeah, fairly fast-paced warm-up here on court number 5. A slight net adjustment, I think, on court number 7, making sure it is indeed level. They've but yeah, currently we've got people warming up. We've got a scoreboard set up, if you managed to hear that, and yeah, it's going to be great. Court number 5 now practicing overheads and lobs, defensive lobs, and court number 7 just starting to warm up and get more fast-paced in preparation. And even though it is just a warm-up, you can really see the versatility of these players, the variety of overheads that they're able to do, and the defense with lobs as well. I mean, some of them are absolutely amazing, although unfortunately one of the players on court number 5 just unable to return that last overhead there. York back practicing now on court number 6, warming up, getting ready to play. And on court number 7 indeed as well. Just fairly fast-paced warming up, making sure last-minute preparations, making sure everything is actually all right. But yeah, badminton, as I said, is a really interesting sport. Very good rackets where you need a lot of wrist movement and certainly agility, and that's what these players have been showing over the past few days. And in general, the teams have been just amazing in terms of both of their attacking and defensive capabilities. Yeah, York and Lancaster, as I said, all now warming up, getting ready for the matches. And yeah, quite a lot of supporters here. It's even more fun now that they've got more players here warming up, but it's also really nice to see the camaraderie and sportsmanship of the players. They're not only proud to be representing their university, some of them have got face paint on of the respective colours, like white tarts or white roses, or red roses in fact, as well. And it's really, really enjoyable to just see the respect between the players, that all the honesty, you know, if a shot's called out. But yeah, more strategizing now going on court 7 for the Lancaster and York players, in fact, just as warm-up continues as we get ready to start this mixed badminton. If you're joining us on 95.3 Berwick FM or 88.3 URY FM, I hope you're enjoying. This is the Sunday 9 a.m. fixture for mixed badminton mixed, and it's been good so far. We've just had warm-ups. They're setting up the scoreboards in preparation for matches to start, and York are now on court 6, just practicing their overheads and lobs. A few drop shots there as well. Really, really well-timed drop shots. Overheads also being practiced, and defensive lobs going on court number 5 for York. Just making sure that the technique's good. It's another drop shot from them. Really, really good. As I said, it's always been very tight in terms of the actual teams. Both have had amazing attack, but I think York has had slightly better defense. The only problem has been, so far, I think Lancaster has just had a lot more experience on these courts. They know these courts a lot better than the York players, certainly. And it gives them a slightly bigger advantage when it comes to the attacking side of the game. Defense, as I said, York has been excellent, but in general, both have had fairly good defense, and some of the points have been amazing. And certainly yesterday, we were seeing some of the York players, but Lancaster and York, almost falling over to get drop shots, and the way they then managed to recover, get back from that, and actually then end up winning the point was quite astounding. Although it does also rely on very much teamwork. And I think we are about to actually get underway. We have actually got points starting on court 6 and 7. So here we go. On court number 6, that was a great drop shot from the York players. Points to them. Court number 7, the current score is 2-0 to York. And the same for court number 6, in fact. Drop shot from Lancaster on court number 6 seals it. York player couldn't get there in time. 2-1 to York. Lancaster serve on court number 6. On court number 7, very, very close. It's currently 3-love, but it can go either way. You can make up points in the blink of an eye. And great return there from York players on court number 6 to get them up to a 3-2 lead. York serving on court number 6. Great shots and overhead from one of the York players on court number 7 to get them the point. It's a 5-1 lead for York on court number 7, and it's 3-all. It is even on court number 6. Lancaster serve on overheads, and a drop shot from Lancaster on court number 6. Overhead from Lancaster. York are defending amazingly. Overhead from York now. Drop shot from York. Drop shot from Lancaster. Just goes wide. 4-3 to York on court number 6, and 6-2 currently the score on court number 7. Great defence from Lancaster, but not quite enough on court number 7. The drop shot from York was just a bit too good. 7-2 to York now, and we've also got play underway on court number 5 even. Overheads amazing from Lancaster, but the defence from York is great, and tried to do a drop shot from Lancaster but didn't quite work, hit the net. First point goes to Lancaster on York even on court number 5. York are currently serving on court number 6. 6-4 is the current score to York. Quite quick shots, a few drop shots, a lob from Lancaster, overhead from York. Now an overhead from, it was going to be an overhead from Lancaster, but unfortunately the lob, I think, managed to drop in, but the York Lancaster player didn't get there in time. Great set of shots. Unfortunately, at the minute, it seems the Lancaster players just making a few errors at the minute. 3-1 is the current score on court number 5. 8-4 to York, currently on court 6. And 8-5 to York on court 7. And now we go back to court 7. Unfortunately, Lancaster just hit another shot into the net. 9-5 now to York. And they, on court number 7, the serve, drop shot, overhead, and it was a great attack from the York players. 10-5 now the score there. 9-6 is the current score on York, on court number 6. 9-6 to York. York to serve. And here we go, play underway. Drop shot from York doesn't quite go the way. It goes into the net. 9-7 to York, currently on court number 6. On court number 5, play is going quite well. York taking a small lead so far, 6-2 ahead on court number 5. Drop shot from Lancaster, and brilliant drop shot from York leads to a lob from Lancaster, an overhead from York. Unfortunately, it clips the net, and it does go over. Very, very unfortunate for the Lancaster team, as that was almost an impossible shot for them to reach. And they are underway again. Amazing overheads from York. Great attack to give them now an 8-2 lead on court number 5. And if we return to court number 6, it is currently 8-11 with York to 8-11 to York, with York to serve. Drop shot from Lancaster there. Overhead from Lancaster 2. Great defence from York. Not quite enough. Goes out. Now 9-11 to Lancaster. York. And currently on court number 7, the score is 12-9 in the opening set, with Lancaster to serve. Right. Yeah. So, if you are joining us on TV or the Roses Live website, the scoreboard that you can probably see is that of court number 5, with great overheads from the Lancaster team to get them up to 4-9. York are leading though, but it is Lancaster to serve. But yes, this is going absolutely brilliantly so far. Very, very tight, but at the minute it seems that York players have had an early lead, but currently on court number 5, Lancaster are making a mini comeback. 5-9 currently to York. And on court number 7, lob from York, overheads from Lancaster. Now an overhead from York, with drop shot from York, lob from Lancaster, and unfortunately it goes out. Another point to York, taking the scoreboard on court number 7 up to 17-9 to York. And that shot there from York on court number 5 just out, closing the scoreline right down to 9-7. And on court number 6, it is 14-all. This one is very tight. Great shot there from the Lancaster team. Brilliant overhead to get them to 15-14 lead for Lancaster. And the scoreboard is also closing down on court number 7. I think it's now only 10-8. 10-18, I think. So it closed down a bit. Oh, now 11-18 to York. Closed down a bit, but not quite enough to have for it to be comfortable. York just hit the returner serve into the net there, unfortunately, leading it to be 12-18 to Lancaster on court number 7. We return now to court number 5, where a great set of shots are being played, overheads and drop shots and lobs, very defensive lobs. Great shot there from the Lancaster player, getting it back to 9-10 to York, closing it right down with Lancaster to serve now. And at the minute it is neck and neck almost on court number 6. York have a slight edge at 17-16. And it seems that court number 7, the score is closing down, but the question is, can Lancaster close the gap before York make it to the first set? The current score is 20-13 to York on court number 7. And obviously each set is to 25 points, but by 2 clear points, I believe. 17-all now on court number 6, and 11-10 to York on court number 5, just as they take a quick break. Great shot from York on court number 6. Good defence from Lancaster, not quite enough. Means that it's now 18-17 to York on court number 6 with York to serve. And the serve goes out, unfortunately. That is point to Lancaster, 18-all. And it is Lancaster to serve on court number 7. Good serve, actually. And the York players didn't think it would go in. It takes them now up to 18-20 overall. They just won another very quick point. As I said, it can change very rapidly in badminton. Points can be won or lost in a matter of seconds. And we are back on court number 5. Great drop shot from Lancaster. Lob from York. Overhead from Lancaster to seal it. Great set of points. Great setup of the final overhead to win the point. 11-all on court number 5. Lancaster have a slight lead on court number 6, 21-19. And the first set is now over currently on court number 7. First set went to York. Another set of amazing shots there from Lancaster. Amazing overheads from Lancaster in general on court number 5. 12-all is the score. And the first set has just gone to Lancaster on court number 1. The other team's currently taking a breather and watching the action on court number 5, my bad. The current score is 13-12 to York, but it could go either way. Seems play is about to get underway again on court number 6. It is now 13-all on court number 5. And yep, play is now underway again on court number 6. Great shot from I think one of the York team to get them a point. And on court number 5, the score is now 14-13 to Lancaster. Very, very tight. 1-all is the current score on court number 6 with Lancaster serving. Good return from York there. Unfortunately, Lancaster can't get it back. 2-1 to York there on court number 6. But Lancaster did win the first set on court number 6. 16-13 is the current score on court number 5. Lancaster taking a slight lead, but it could go either way. York have plenty time to recover, and unfortunately their shot just went into the net. Didn't quite get there. 17-13 current score on court number 5. On court number 6, it is 3-1. Oh, no, 4-1, in fact, now to York. And play is about to get back underway again for court number 7. Great set of shots again, as you can probably hear the crowds really enjoying the action on court number 5. Court number 5 is very, very close. Lancaster still have a 5-point lead, 18-13. Can they maintain or even extend that is the question. Great attacking shots from York. Great defence from Lancaster, though. Now, an overhead from Lancaster, unfortunately, goes into the net. Didn't quite make it. 18-14 to Lancaster is the current score. Currently on court number 6, the score is 5-3 to York. Very, very tight, with drop shot just being played there from Lancaster, getting them the point. 4-5 is the score to York on court number 6. On court number 7, current score is 2-1. Drop shots being played. Great lob and an overhead from York gives them the point. 2-all now on court number 7, and is 20-14 to Lancaster on court number 5. And 5-all, in fact, very close in the second set on court number 6. And they had just won the set, 21-14. Court number 5. Apologies for earlier when I said the sets were to 25 points. They are in fact 21. That was my mistake. Sorry about that. But anyways, we resume with action on court number 6. York have a slight lead. So currently 6-5 in the second set to York, but Lancaster took the first set. So it is very, very close here. Lob from York, overheads from Lancaster. Great defence from York, but not quite enough. It is now 6-all on court number 6 and 4-3 on court number 7. Overheads from York and Lancaster. Unfortunately, York hit it a bit too far, meaning that it is 7-6 to Lancaster on court number 6. And we go to court number 7, where York are serving. A great set of shots, but unfortunately the first point from Lancaster, the first shot played from York went into the net after the serve. However, they've taken now a 7-4 lead in the second set. And on court number 6, it is really close, but Lancaster have just managed to maintain a 2-point lead over York. Current score is 9-7 to Lancaster. And on court number 7, it is 7-5 to York. And York are now serving on court number 6 as it is 9-8. Great set of returns there from Lancaster. York just hit it into the net, giving Lancaster the point. It's now 10-8 on court number 6 and 8-6 to York on court number 7. Play is now getting back underway for court number 5. Great set of defensive shots from York. Overhead from Lancaster unfortunately goes a bit long. First point of the set on court number 5 goes to York. 10-all now on court number 6. Oh no, they've just changed the scoreboard again. It is 11-10 to Lancaster currently on court number 6. Great point from Lancaster on court number 5 to get them to 1-all. But we go back to court 6. Overhead from Lancaster. Really unfortunate there. It just went out. 11-all is the score, and currently it is a 9-8, in fact, on court number 7. Lancaster player unfortunately falls over, or just on court number 6, trying to get a shot, didn't quite make it. 11-12 to York on court number 6. On court number 7, Lancaster have made a comeback. 10-9 now to Lancaster. Great shot from one of the Lancaster players on court number 5. 4-1 lead now developing for Lancaster, and unfortunately the serve goes into the net. 4-2 now to Lancaster is the score, and 13-12 on court number 6. This is a very, very fast-paced and very tight match. York just hit a drop shot very close. Very close to Lancaster. Well, Lancaster nearly got it, just couldn't quite make it in time. 13-all now the score on court number 6. Great set of points from York. Amazing play. Overheads from York. Nearly went over the net. Just hit it a bit too low. The shuttlecock went into the net on court number 5. 5-3 current score to Lancaster. 13-14 is the score on court number 6. That is in favour of York, and Lancaster are 13-11 ahead on court number 7, with York just serving now. On court number 7, aggressive shots from York, but one just goes a bit too wide. 14-11 lead on court number 7 for Lancaster. 6-3 lead on court number 5, but it is very much neck and neck on court number 6. Unfortunately, a shot just went a bit too long there on court number 6, giving York a now 17-14 lead over Lancaster. A 7-3 lead has developed on court number 5. Lancaster are playing very well. Unfortunately, that serve went just a bit too wide. It did go just a bit wide. It is now 7-5 to York on court number 5. Court number 7, another point to Lancaster as York just hit the shuttlecock into the net. 16-13 is the score, I believe. 16-18 to York on court number 6. York managing to keep their 2-point lead, but Lancaster are not going to let them have this set easily. Great set of shots from Lancaster and York there. Slight mistake, almost a forced error on court number... Sorry about that. Burped. Didn't want to burp into the microphone. Very much a forced error on court number 5, giving Lancaster the a 9-6 lead. Great set of shots though, now to get the score to 9-7 to Lancaster. Great defence on court number 6, not quite enough though. Great shots from York give them a 20-17 lead as they get to set point. And as you can probably hear, the Lancaster crowd are very happy on court number 5 as Lancaster develop a 10-7 lead. And that was an amazing set of plays there from York on court number 6. Great defence from the Lancaster players. I mean, even on the ground at one point in the point, just couldn't quite get the last shot on time there, which was an unfortunate shame. But playing brilliantly overall. Very tight match on court 6. It is now 1-all at 9:45 as we play the first round of matches here. Now the score is currently 11-8 on court number 5 for in favour of Lancaster. Very good set of points, but Lancaster, York unfortunately hitting the net a bit. Lancaster are on the defence on court number 7 as it is very close, and this is, I think, a very important point as it is currently, I think, 20-18 to York. So with York to serve, but it is very close again. And on court number 5, they are just taking a quick break, but it is now 19-20 in favour of now 20-all. 20-all officially on court number 7. This is very close. Neither team is giving the other much opportunity to win this set. Great set of points from Lancaster. Good defence from York, but not quite able to get to the shuttlecock in time. 21-20 currently on court number 7. And a very unfortunate for York. Good shot from Lancaster. It just clipped the net and barely went over it. Very good it's a very good shot if you can make it, but it's also quite unfortunate for the opponent. It is now 1 set apiece on court number 7, and court number 6 has just started play, with York taking a 2-love lead so far. And in the second set on court number 5, it seems York is taking, I wouldn't say they're taking a beating, but Lancaster have developed a 4-point lead, not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. It has been done before, and York on court number 5 have been playing brilliantly so far. Certainly when they had the opportunity to attack just after the serve, they have had plenty of opportunities to get points. Current score is 14-10, with York serving now. On court number 6, unfortunately that shot just goes into the net there for Lancaster. 4-2 lead for York on court number 6. Great set of shots from both Lancaster and York on court number 5. The overhead from York just goes into the net, giving Lancaster a 15-10 lead. York have a 5-2 lead on court number 6, but an amazing return of serve for Lancaster. Give them a 5-3 lead. An amazing point there from the Lancaster squad at court number 5 at 9:48. That will definitely go into a highlight reel. It was an amazing point, finished with a great overhead, but great defence from both sets of players. 2-1 is the current score to Lancaster on court number 7. They've just resumed play. And I think that was a good drop shot from York. I think the Lancaster players thought it was going to go out, but no. Great set of points all being played. Currently we'll go back to court number 6, where York are developing a 9-3 lead in this third and deciding set, and Lancaster just hit an amazing passing shot. York's defence, as I said, has been absolutely on point today, especially on court number 5, but not quite enough to match the attack of the Lancaster pair. Current score is 18-12 to Lancaster. Another amazing overhead from the Lancaster team, get them to 19-12. They need only 2 more points to win the match. However, the others are very, very tight, and they are currently in their third set. It's 10-5 to York on court 6, and 4-3 to York, 5-3 now to York on court number 7. York pulled it back with that last point, and I think unfortunately one of the York players got hit in the head, which is very unfortunate. That does mean that the point goes to Lancaster, as the shuttlecock did not go back over the net before it was returned. Great set of defensive and now attacking shots from York. Brilliant overhead from York to get them to 14-12 to Lancaster. 11-6 to York is the score on court number 6, and 8-3 now to York on the... Oh wow! On court number 7 it's now 9-3, but the cheering is all for court number 5, as it is 2 sets to love, and the match on court number 5 has just concluded. Lancaster taking it 2 sets. They didn't drop a set, but York did not make it easy for them at all. As I said, it's been very, very close throughout the entire badminton series, but certainly today. And currently on court number 7, 5-9 is the score to Yorkshire. York even. Sorry, my mouth is not functioning all that well. But yeah, current score is 1 set apiece, and 9-5 to York currently on court number 7. Court number 6, it is 12-8 to York with 1 set apiece. York serve. Overhead from Lancaster doesn't quite get it. It is now 13-8 to York. And play has resumed on court number 6 again. Great defensive shots from Lancaster, not quite enough. Gives York the point. 14-8 lead. And on court number 7, the score is 11-5 to York with 1 set apiece. Very, very tight, and neither of these score differences are insurmountable. It's only a 5-point difference and a 6-point difference on courts 6 and 7. But with 1 set all, we've got some great shots playing, even though the players must be getting tired by now. Great point from Lancaster on court number 6 to get them to 10-14 with Lancaster to serve. Great drop shot there from York. One of the Lancaster players gets there just in time, but unfortunately their shot goes into the net. It is 15-10 to York currently on court number 6. Great set of defensive shots. Yet again, York using the drop shot to their advantage, making the Lancaster players run, as the Lancaster are much more middle of the court rather than at the back at the minute. They are very much on the defense, but they managed to attack on that shot to close the scoreline to 16-11. Play seems to almost be underway again on court number 7 though, but great attacking shots and great defense there from Lancaster. Not quite enough. Lancaster had to hit a lob after that drop shot to get it over the net, giving York all the opportunities to hit an amazing overhead, giving them a 17-11 lead. Play has now resumed on court number 7. Set of drop shots and an overhead from York. Great defense from Lancaster, not quite enough, giving York a 12-6 lead now over Lancaster. And very, very good shot selection being played here. I think the drop shot just played on court 6 was in. Yeah, it was in, as they've closed the scoreline down on court 6 to 18-12 to York. Great set of points. Great defensive lob from York. Great overheads from Lancaster. York hit another defensive shot. Not quite enough, though. Went out. So it's now only 18-13 to Lancaster. Oh, no, sorry, to York. And now 14-18 to York. The scoreline is closing. And now we have court number 7 with Lancaster to serve. The current score is 13-7. But it seems it is very, very tight there. But even tighter, it seems that York are just trying to edge ahead and win this set. However, Lancaster are not giving it to them easily. Set of drop shots now. A lob overhead from Lancaster. Another lob from York went out. The scoreline is now 19-16. York only need 2 more points to win this match, but Lancaster are not going to give them easily. It could go either way at this point. Great set of overheads from both players. Drop shot, amazing drop shot from the York player. Now a lob, and it goes out from York. As you can hear, the crowd are very happy with that point. Amazing, amazing points. 17-19 now the score in favour of York with 1 set apiece. Amazing overhead now again from Lancaster. The score is now only 19-18 York. They have recovered so many points after dropping it. Now 19 all. One of the York players tried to hit a drop shot return. It didn't quite work out. 19 all is now the score. Lancaster serving. Drop shot from Lancaster. Lob from York. Overhead from Lancaster. York trying to get it back, but the defence isn't good enough. 20-19 to Lancaster now. Lancaster serve. And it went good shot from York. Great shot. Went straight for one of the players on the Lancaster team. Very, very difficult shots to get back. Now it is 21-20 to Lancaster on court number 6. Very, very close. And they, as you can hear, crowd are very loud. They are very happy with that one. Lancaster just managed to win it 22-20 in that third and final set. York pushed them all the way and was so close themselves to winning 2-1 for Lancaster on court number 6. And currently the score is now 16-11 with one set apiece on court number 7. As you can see, the crowd are really getting into this match. 12-16 is the score to Lancaster, but cheers of York. Come on, York already. I think after 2 very close matches, some of the York spectators want a York win here. York unfortunately tried to hit a drop shot. It went into the net. Score is now 16-14 to York. They've got a 2-point lead. Can they hang on to it is the question. Great set of shots from Lancaster and York, in fact. But that overhead just goes in. It clips the line, in fact. 17-14 to York in the third and final set on court number 7. Great overhead from Lancaster, but even greater defence from the York players. No one was going to get that drop shot back. It was a defensive drop shot, but they made it work. It is now 19-14 to York on court number 7. They need 2 more points, but they hit it into the net, unfortunately. 19-15 now the score. Lancaster serve, York will turn it yet again into the net. Nerves maybe getting to them. Score is now 19-16 to York. Great set of shots overhead from Lancaster. Overhead from York. Drop shot as well. Sends the players running. Not quite enough defence from Lancaster. And it is now 20-15. And it goes wide. And that's it. That is the match. What a way to end it, though. That was a great set of shots from York to win the match. 2-1 again. In fact, all of the first round matches so far have actually been 3-set matches, apart from the one that was played on court number 5. Current standings are Lancaster has won 2 of the matches. First one they won 2 sets to Love. Court number 5 they won 2 sets to Love. They won 2-1 on court number 6, and then York did something. They pulled it out of the bag. They really genuinely pulled it out of the bag on court number 7. That was an amazing set of points to give them a 2-1 final score. At the minute we're just in a break, though. They're just discussing. These have just played what are very intense matches, are just relaxing, making sure they're prepared for the next set of matches. And yeah, strategizing, taking in fluids and snacks, making sure they've got enough energy. But the crowd have been really, really with it so far. It's been absolutely amazing. Sorry if you can hear that. That's me chewing a breath mint. My breath smells. Unfortunately. Just had breakfast. But yeah. Taking a break now. It's all nice and relaxing. Which is probably what it should be after 3 very long, very, very intense matches. Yeah, no one at the minute going to warm up. Got a few of the supporters and spectators just wandering around, checking the quality of the shuttlecocks, making sure that they are actually able to use them, as you can ruin and get rid of quite a few shuttlecocks in these matches we've seen. I mean, quite funnily, earlier in the day when Lancaster came to warm up, they just brought a massive plastic box just full to the brim of shuttlecocks. It was absolutely funny. Everyone just all joking and laughing about the fact that they brought a massive plastic box of shuttlecocks. But yeah, as I said, not much action going on at the minute. We are on a break. Coverage will be a lot more exciting when matches start to resume. I think that we're about to get some warm-up again. At the minute, I think, as I said, we're not doing much, so I think we might get an interview. Hi, how are you? Not too bad at all. As I said, really fun commentating these matches so far. At the minute, we're on a break, but what are your thoughts? It's been really, really interesting, very, very close between both teams. Yes, certainly. I think on court number 5 they were a lot more clinical, as you said, than York. Played a lot of very, very good shots, but I think it was a really good comeback for Lancaster on court number 7. They were a set down, and they weren't doing particularly well in the second set before they then started what was really quite an amazing comeback, actually. But unfortunately, yeah, and quite unfortunately, Rose is a pain in media for us. But yeah, on court number 6 though as well, we had a very, very tight match with Lancaster taking the opening set, York coming back and then winning the next 2 sets. Very, very tight sets. As you can see, the final score on the third set was 22-20 to Lancaster, I think. Oh yeah, no, sorry, court 7 was the one that York won. My bad. But no, very, very close in general. Anything you're looking forward to? Do you think there'll be more fun matchups coming along? Yeah. Yeah. Random question though. Favorite sporting fixture of today? What are your thoughts on today's sporting fixtures if you've seen them? We've got amazing things like canoe water polo, which I'm going to be tuning in for that. But no, I think there's been interesting fixtures. But what's been your favourite so far? If you had to choose, put you on the spot. Yeah, I think personally for me, I'm not sure. Personally, I'm a big tennis fan, but weirdly, I was doing continuity yesterday when the men's first basketball was going, and that was absolutely amazing. Very, very tight match, but the entire crowd were really getting into it. Similarly with the women's second volleyball and the netball that was also on that evening. It was very, very close and really quite enjoyable as well to listen and watch. Over the entire weekend, though, I must say I liked badminton yesterday. I was producing that, but I think it's been really fun. I really like the opening ceremony as well. Did you watch the opening ceremony where they did? Oh, no. Yesterday, what they did was they played, I think, volleyball at the opening ceremony, and it was a great, great atmosphere. A lot of the crowd obviously cheering along for both sides. I must say, I also really liked some of the outdoor venues, like when they've got flares as well. They put flares up at the ends, and you get either red or white smoke depending on who won. And it's been really interesting. The atmosphere for the American football, I did not expect it to be so huge. It was a really big event, and I think it was very, very, very well attended. From what I can hear, I wasn't there. But from what I was told, it was hugely well attended. Oh, you look at, there is a points difference, but if you look at the actual score line, most of the matches have been so close. It's been like a matter of points between, or like a goal difference. It's been very, very close. Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, it was confirmed last night. Lancaster, the threshold to win Roses was 172.5 points. Lancaster are now currently on 179.5 points. They've added a few more sports fixtures. So, just to give you a brief update, late last night we had quite a few fixtures added. The women's first netball was won by Lancaster. Very tight scoreline though, 39-34 in the end. So very, very tight. Yep, they are just currently warming up. But yeah, currently this fixture actually is worth 1 point, but it is, I would say 1 point makes a difference, but Lancaster, as we have mentioned, have just passed the threshold for the win for the Roses this year. So it has been confirmed that Roses are indeed this year red, as it were. Lancaster has won, but as I said, the teams here still giving absolutely everything. And I'm just now seeing some of the comical signs that some of the spectators have brought. Someone's got taxi written in yellow, and someone's got written nice, which always takes me back to the days of my GCSE English literature and language. My English teacher hated it when I used the word nice. It was my most used adjective, for better or for worse. Nice was used so much, it almost became a running joke that I would say things were nice. But yeah, as we mentioned earlier, I got on a tangent a bit about English and the word nice and random signs from the crowd. But yeah, warm-up getting back underway. York on court number 5 just practicing their overheads and power shots, which I suspect they will be trying to use to force the Lancaster players to the very, very back of the court. Warm-up now going underway also on court number 7, just hitting sort of return shots and practicing what I think you could coin as ground strokes almost. The general forehands, backhands, some overheads now. Great shot from one of them whilst they're warming up, almost behind them. But yeah, overheads now being practiced and defensive lobs on court number 5 as they get ready. As I said, both attack and defense are even on display during the warm-up events. Now warm-up going underway on court number 6. Practicing the power shots to force, as I said, York opponents to the back of the court. And on the same court, actually, it's quite funny. The Lancaster team practicing power shots, the York team practicing drop shots. It is quite the opposite, but also very fun to watch indeed. Strategy discussions seem to be going underway for the York team on court number 7. And I think play might actually about to get underway here for court number 7. And it seems that York are going to start serving on court number 7. And Lancaster are just underway serving court number 5. but they are just getting, I think, final warm-up preparations. Scoreline 1-love to York on court number 7. Court number 6, one of the Lancaster team hits overhead into the net just as they're warming up. 1-love to York also on court number 5. Overhead from York there. Great attacking, great defence from Lancaster though. Lob from York, and unfortunately one of the Lancaster players couldn't get the drop shot in time. Another point to York to make it a 2-love lead. On court number 7, however, 3-1 lead for York, and now 3-2 lead with Lancaster now to serve. York serving now on a 4-love lead on court number 5 though. Great overhead from Lancaster to get them onto the scoreboard in this first set on court number 5, 4-1 to York. On court number 7, it is 4-2 to York, so quite close, but still, I think, all to play for. Certainly, it's the opening set, and York are now on a 5-1 lead on court number 5 with great attacking shots, especially the overheads. 3 consecutive overheads, 2 of which were returned beautifully by the Lancaster players, but not good enough from Lancaster to change the outcome of the point. And they have just, I think, they were just about to start play for. They're just about to start playing on court number 6, in fact. But if we go back to court number 7, it is now all even Stevens, as it were. 4-all. And a great set of drop shots and a lob from York. And an overhead from Lancaster. York players couldn't quite get to it and get it back over the net in time. And we are now also underway on court number 6 with a 1-love, now 2-love lead for Lancaster. On court number 5, York have a 5-point lead, 8-3, but it is not impossible to get it back up. Now 9-3, great overheads from the York players to get them now to 9-3. On court number 7, it is 7-4 to Lancaster. They've won 3 points in a row, at least. Great shot from Lancaster right at the back of the court, giving them an 8-4 lead. It is a 3-1 lead for Lancaster on court number 6. Now just a 4-1 lead as one of York's shots just strays a little bit too wide. With York very much dominant here on court number 5. They have a 10-5 lead in this opening set. Still all to play for, and a 9-4 lead now developing for Lancaster on court number... 9-5 lead now on court number 7. 5-2 to Lancaster is also the score on court number 6, as York are to play. And the shot goes long, I believe. Yeah. And it gives Lancaster a 5-3 lead. So they've still got a 2-point lead. Now a 3-point lead as it goes to 6-3. Still very, very close. Same on court number 7, where the score is now only 10-7. But York now have a 6-point lead. 5-point lead now. A very great return from Lancaster, giving them 7 points now in total, taking the score to 12-7 to to York. Now 13-12 after an amazing overhead. 11-8 the current score on court number 7 in this opening set. Unfortunately, a shot goes into the net, giving Lancaster a 12-8 lead. 7-6 lead. Very, very tight for Lancaster on court number 6. On court number 5, a 14-8 lead is developing. Great set of points are being played. 13-8 now on court number 7. And it seems that Lancaster are now serving with they are only now down 10-14 on court number 5. Lancaster to serve, 11-14 the current score. Unfortunately, the serve goes into the net. Point to Lancaster, point to York, 15-11 is the score on court number 5. But it is completely even on court number 6, 8-all. With a great set of shots, both attacking from players, drop shots from both. Lancaster just couldn't quite get the shot over the net. 9-8 to York. As we head over to court number 7, it is a 16-10 lead for Lancaster. They have stretched a 6-point gap. Set of drop shots being played there. Lob from Lancaster, overhead from York. Very fast, but great defence from Lancaster, giving them a 17-10 lead. Current score on court number 5 is 15-13 to York in this opening set, but it is still completely even. Well, it was completely even on court number 6. It was 9-all, now it is 10-9 to York. Shot there from Lancaster unfortunately went into the net on court number 5, giving York a 16-14 lead. And on court number 7, it seems that York are closing the gap. Lancaster on 17 points, York on 13. But that gap has indeed shrunk. Question is, can York catch up to Lancaster before Lancaster win the opening set? Quick break being taken on court number 6, as the score is now 10-11 to York. York serving on court number 5, 19-14 lead. Shot goes wide, 20-14 lead on court number 5. York serving for the set, and it's an amazing drop shot there from Lancaster to save the first set point. 15-20 to York is the score now. And it's 19-15 to Lancaster on court number 7 as we get underway and nearly finish this first set, which is surprising how quick it goes. Amazing defence and attack from both York and Lancaster there. Amazing passing shot there from Lancaster. Saves another set point. It is now 17-20 to York. 11-all is the score on court number 6. And 20-16 is the score on court number 7. Amazing defence there on court number 7 for York. They save another set point. Still 11-all on court number 6. Great attacking shots from Lancaster and York. York just getting the edge. Lancaster just getting the edge as York hits the net. And the first set on court number 7 goes to Lancaster. And that was an amazing point from the York team on court number 6. They hit an amazing return if you didn't see it live on TV. An amazing, amazing return. And Lancaster just couldn't quite compete with it. Another amazing overhead from the Lancaster player. He's been making amazing overheads, consistent overhead shots all morning, and it seems he's going to continue doing that. 13-all is the score on court number 6. Play just resumed, and it was an amazing set of shots from Lancaster. York had to defend quite badly, and Lancaster took their opportunity. Amazing overhead from Lancaster. They follow it up by a drop shot, then tried to do a lob, but the lob was a bit too powerful. It goes too far, and now we have a 15-13 lead for Lancaster in the opening set on court number 6. It's 1 set to York on court number 5 and 1 set to Lancaster on court number 7. But yeah, things are getting underway. It's all going well so far. And I'm now going to hand over.
Hi there. Welcome to the radio coverage of Roses 2024. We are currently watching badminton mixed teams. Our commentator is taking a little break, and I don't know anything about badminton, so we're going to figure it out together.
I'm back, just briefly. Just a quick break. I am back now. Yeah. Oh, I'm giving it to someone else. It's Pass the Microphone Day. It's guest commentator. Here you go.
Hi, I'm George. I haven't commentated anything before, so, there's a first for everything, but, we're watching 3 matches here. It seems that the first teams are both in the lead, far more than the other ones. And we've got some strong play from the Lancaster first teams here. Currently 1 game in the lead and 5-2 against York here. Okay. On the middle court, on court 6, we've got a lead for Lancaster. Currently no games have finished, but we've got 20-16. And on the far court, on court 7, we've got 1 game to Lancaster to 0, and in the second game we're 5-3 to Lancaster.
And I'm back. Sorry about that. Just needed a quick break. Right, it is on court number 6. We've got 1 set to Lancaster. They're just taking a break. It is 1 set to York on court number 5. And York are leading it, I think, now 8-3. Yeah, 8-3 on court number 5 in the second set. And on court number 7, it is 7-4 to Lancaster, I think. Yep, 7-4 to, no, now 8-4 to Lancaster in this second set after they quite confidently took the first, I believe. But yeah, now 10-3 to York in the second set. They're taking now it's 11-3. They are taking an 8-point lead. Not an insurmountable task to come back from an 8-point lead. But at the minute, it seems that the York team on court number 5 just have the edge. But they hit the serve into the net. Point to Lancaster. 12-4 the score on court number 5. Play about to get back underway on court number 6. And court number 7, it seems that the score is 10-4 to Lancaster. It was a good start there from Lancaster, but unfortunately a shot just went into the net for them. 14-4 lead for York on court number 15-4 now on court number 5. It seems that at the minute York are running away with it. Really interesting plays going on court number 7. You can hear the crowd are quite animated about that. It is a 10-5 lead for Lancaster, but that is very much it's only a 5-point difference. I wouldn't be too surprised if York can make it up. It's now a 6-point difference as the score's just gone to 11-5 on court number 6. It is 1-all on court, 2-1 now to York on court number 6. 11-5 to Lancaster on court number 7. And it is currently 17-5 in the second set on court number 5. And that is 17-5 to York. Play underway at at court number 6. Unfortunate foul serve from the York players, giving them what is now a 3-all score. 12-5 to Lancaster, 13-5 to Lancaster now is the current score on court number 7. Great play, great attack and defence from the York players, and the Lancaster shot just goes wide. Gives York a 4-3 lead. Now a 17-8 score developing on court number 5. Can Lancaster bring it back is the question, or are York going to run away with this second set and the match? 17-9 is the current score. 5-4 currently to Lancaster on court number 6. Great play with Lancaster just serving now. Drop shot from Lancaster and an overhead to finish after York lobs it. 6-4 currently on court number 6. On court number 7, it is Lancaster to serve. They're just getting ready now to serve, and serve with a really good. I think it was a very unfortunate return. I think it would just clip the net and didn't quite make it over. 17-6 on court 7 is the current score. 19-10 on court number 5 to York. York really dominating this match as they already lead 1 set up. 1 set to Lancaster on court number 6, but 7-4 is the score. It is very evenly matched on court number 6. 17-8 now the score on court number 7 with York to serve. Let's see how this one pans out. York serve, drop shot from York, lob from Lancaster. Overheads from York, drop shot from Lancaster now, and York just can't quite return it. 18-8 is the score. 20-11 is the score on court number 5. Match point for York. But Lancaster's defence is amazing. Keep getting the drop shots, but it goes into the net. And it is over. York take that match. 21-11 in the second set and 2 sets to love. 18-10 now the score on court number 7 with York to serve. Great set of shots, great defence from Lancaster, not quite enough. They leave too much of the court open. It now means that the score is 18-11 to Lancaster on court number 7. On court number 6, it is completely even in this second set. It is 7-all. York serve, lob from York, overhead from Lancaster, steal the point. 8-7 for Lancaster on court number 6. 18-12 the score on court number 7, and this is amazing play. So nearly got that back over, but 2 amazing drop shot gets from the Lancaster players at half 10. Another one for the highlight reel on court number 7. They nearly saved that, but they couldn't quite make it. Now the score is 19-13 to Lancaster as they serve on court number 7. Amazingly tight points on court number 6. Score is only 10-7. Another amazing overhead gets them to 11-7 though. And the score is 20-13 to Lancaster in this second set on court number 7. Just a power shot there from Lancaster which went slightly long, giving the point to York. And another long shot from York there. 12-7 is the score on court number 6. And I think it's all over on court number 7. It seems that Lancaster managed to beat their opponents in straight sets. And now we focus on court number 6, which, if you couldn't tell, everyone is really ecstatic for. There is one of the Lancaster players who has been able to produce some amazing overheads so far. But York have been so good with their defence. It has been so enjoyable to watch 14-8 is the current score to Lancaster in the second set. But amazing defence from Lancaster. York were on the attack but just couldn't quite make it and couldn't quite get to the end of the point. 15-8 is the current score. An amazing shot there from York. Lancaster couldn't quite get it back over the net, giving York 9 points now in total. Current score being 15-19 to Lancaster, now 16-9. Lancaster. York are now serving on court number 6. Amazing return. 17-10 now the score. And that serve just went wide there from Lancaster. Bit too much. So 17-11 to Lancaster is the current score on court number 6. Great attacking shots. Great lob from Lancaster. Even better overhead from York. Drop shots. Overheads from York as well. I can't barely speak. Amazing overhead to finish the points for Lancaster. 18-11 the current score. Lancaster to serve on court number 6. Drop shot from Lancaster. Drop shot from York. Lob from Lancaster. Overheads from York. Now an overhead from Lancaster to seal it. 19-11. Can York put it back? That's the question. Lancaster to serve. 19-11 the current score. They need 2 more points to win. Great drop shots and gets from the net from one of the Lancaster players. It wasn't quite enough, however. 19-12 is the current score to Lancaster on court number 6. Amazing drop shots and overheads. Amazing get from Lancaster. Didn't quite work out for York though. Definitely another one for the highlight reel at 10:34. Amazing drop shot from York. Lob from Lancaster. Another drop shot from Lancaster. And I think that might have been, that was a point to York. 20-13 now the current score. And now we are going into the final stage. That was amazing drop. He tried to, one of the players just tried to throw his rackets. So yeah, he tried to throw his racket to get the point. He didn't manage it. It didn't quite work. Hilarious nonetheless. It was at 10:35. And we are now getting even closer. That was just match point there. Yeah, and that was match for Lancaster. A great set of badminton. I know. I saw it. But yeah, and now the players are running and high-fiving all the spectators. It's been an amazing set of matches so far. It's been really tight, but Lancaster in that second round of matches just taking the edge there. If you are just joining us, I've been told we are now live on radio and TV. So, we have had a first set round of matches. First we had court number 5, which was very tight, 3 sets. The first one that went to Lancaster. The first one on court number 6 went to York. On number 7, it was a very tight 3-set match, which first went to Lancaster. Second round matches have just been played. On court number 5, it was a very almost clinical 2 sets of badminton, won by York. Very tight match that we've just seen in the second set, just won by Lancaster, and a very straightforward straight sets win for Lancaster on court number 7. We are just now in a break, just waiting for the next set of matches to go live. But yeah, it has been definitely a highlight so far. But anyway, I think I should ask, Hope you guys are enjoying Roses so far. It has been very, very fun commentating. I was commentating yesterday on Saturday. It has been, it's been great. We're just having a break. I think people are strategizing and getting ready for the next set of matches. Spectators have been filling in throughout the day. We've got even more people coming in. So, if you are listening in on 95.3 Balearic FM, 88.3 on URI or the Roses Live website, welcome. This is the Sunday 9am mixed badminton. It is just coming up to 20 to 11. And spectators are filling in, and they have been very, 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 well, I don't want to say noisy, but very, very cheerful and very happy and cheering on and being very supportive, which is one of the main things I love about badminton. Everyone can almost get involved either as a spectator or as the player. It's been great. There's been good sportsmanship as, the actual players call out the shots themselves. And it's just, good show of honesty and sportsmanship and camaraderie as well. There's a lot of teamwork that goes into this. It's mixed doubles, so there's a lot of teamwork that goes into it. And it's been absolutely great to just be here and, be a part of this and watching it and helping produce it as well. But very much we've got a lot of team spirit going currently. And some amazing signs, although one just says nice in yellow, which I find to be absolutely hilarious. I don't know why. It just says nice, and I find it funny. I'm weird like that. But it seems at the minute one of the Lancaster players is getting a leg massage. Probably definitely needed. I wouldn't be surprised that they have been going through very, very, very intense matches. I wouldn't be surprised if their legs are starting to cramp up. Let's give you a quick rundown of some of the players if we can. I think we've got quite a few people from York. I think a lot of them, quite a few people from Lancaster even, got a lot of information on them. But there hasn't been, as it's been very, very close. I mean, in terms of the actual number of match wins, I think Lancaster have just edged out. However, it has just been, I think, very, very close overall. It's just been absolutely amazing. But in terms of experience, quite a lot of the Lancaster players are very, very experienced. But it's been very, very close so far. And I'm going to try and see if I can bring up one of the player sheets actually for I've been given it. Here we go. So this is the mixed badmintons. Mixed badminton. So this is Lancaster. So in pair 1 we have Sean Lee, who is doing their masters in implied linguistics and TESOL. And this is the first time that she is doing Roses. We've got Zheng Nam also in the first pair. He is doing his first year of mechanical engineering. Then in the second pair, we've got Alicia Ho and Will Jones. Alicia is a second year psychology student and played in the first mixed last year. And Will Jones is a second year business with economics student and yet again played firsts last year. And is also, fun fact, the men's first captain, which is fun. Then, to make up the third and final pair for Lancaster, we have Thea Baker and Tyler Allen. Thea Baker is a third year marketing with psychology student, played in seconds last year and is the women's first captain. And Tyler Allen is a third year sociology student, played firsts last year and is the president of the badminton club. So not only do quite a lot of the players have experience at Roses, but quite a lot of them all have important roles within the actual badminton society at Lancaster. So it's definitely going to be a fun and interesting match. And I think we might just about start seeing warm-ups again happening back on courts. They're just getting ready. But yeah, it has been really fun so far. I hope you've been enjoying the coverage. As I said, unfortunately at the minute there isn't that much going on, as they're just strategizing and getting ready for the next round of matches. Warm-up about to go back underway on court number 5 for Lancaster, starting with some power shots. That one just dropped in. That was an amazing shot. But yes, it's been very, very interesting to watch. Now just practicing some overheads and in general I think reflex as well. Reflex is very important in this game, as the badminton shuttlecock comes at you so quickly. But yeah, they're just practicing and getting warmed up ready for the next round of matches. It's been great fun. And I'm actually joined here by someone from Continuity. Hi. I'm good. It's been really enjoyable so far watching the matches. How have you been? I saw you yesterday.
From the stands a minute ago, it seems to be going quite well for Lancaster.
It is. It's at the minute in terms of the actual matches, it's going well for Lancaster, but pretty much all of these actuals, if you look at the actual score lines for these, it has been so close. As I was saying, we just had the second round of matches. The first round of matches on court 5, it went to 3 sets and just favoured Lancaster in the end. Same with court 6, apart from it favoured York. York won that one. Court 7 was 3 sets again, I think, and they won that. And then we switched it up. York dominated on court number 5 in the second round, won in straight sets. A straight sets win for court number 6 for Lancaster, and I think a 3-set win for Lancaster on court number 7. So it's been very, very close. But yeah, it seems Lancaster just edging it out overall at the minute.
I think these matches on Sunday are really interesting because obviously we know the overall score of Roses this year.
Yes.
Roses are red. However, I mean, a lot of people, even before this, were not competing for any points. So I love the level.
This is actually worth a single point. But even, as you did say, we do now know the score, which sort of, I don't want to say sort of defeats what happens afterwards, but unfortunately it is now mathematically impossible for York to win Roses.
But I think it kind of the testament to like how much people are putting into this, they're still showing up, putting their all in.
That's what I love about the sports and things like badminton. People come in, and no matter what the outcome is, there is so much sportsmanship, camaraderie, and they give 100% every single time. And it is just absolutely great to watch.
And I get to watch the badminton about once a year in my life. I saw the badminton last year at Roses because my friend was in the commentary, so I came and watched. And I know that she struggled to figure out the score because they weren't updating it on the little cards.
Oh, that must not have been fun. I have been relying on the cards the entire time. Thankfully, what they've also done with this is they've standardised it. So Lancaster is on the left and York is on the right. It makes everything easier. Whereas I was doing production yesterday, if you were listening for both the 2 fixtures at 9 a.m, there was no standard. They were just doing it willy-nilly. It was like, oh, so that person won a point and they've changed that one. And oh, so that means it's that way round for that court, but not for the other court. And for example, we've got here quite long mic cables. We'd stretch them all the way out, and we could only just about see the scoreboards on the other side for the Sports Hall 1A. Thankfully, today we're in Sports Hall 1B, so we've got a very good view.
So you've been watching a lot of badminton this weekend?
I've been watching a lot of badminton, but I also was, when I did continuity yesterday, watching. The fencing was really interesting.
The fencing was brilliant.
I didn't think I'd be interested in the fencing. The fencing was absolutely amazing.
The commentary, especially,
the commentary was so good.
Amazing. They really, really if you didn't know the sport, they got you to a really great level.
Yeah, they seemed to have, really expert, in-depth knowledge. It was great fun. And one thing I also loved was swimming. The commentary on the swimming was I don't know whoever did the commentary on the swimming yesterday.
I know who the commentary, a man named Alex Towers. He's a swim instructor and also had my job at URY back in the day.
Well done, Alex. That was amazing commentary. You did brilliantly. Thank you ever so much. And the basketball as well. That was fun yesterday as well.
Basketball,
was
very good.
So good.
Basketball was also going on. I think it might be ended now, but it was going on in the other room in the sports centre. So if you want to see any of these fixtures, you can come down there right here in person.
Yep.
And obviously, if you can't get here, we're on the Rose Survive website, Bailrig FM, URY, and YouTube.
And YouTube, yeah, we are also live streaming to YouTube. Yippee!
So if you want to actually see what's going on and not just hear it, head on over there.
Head on over there. At the minute, though, there isn't too much going on as we're just continuing the warm-ups. Court number 6, they're just practicing defensive lobs and overheads. But that has been, I think, defense and the overheads have actually been quite a key part so far, as York have had a very good defense. I mean, in general, both sets of teams have had good defensives. But what I have noticed is that York's defences have been amazing.
You must have become an expert on badminton in the last couple of days.
Not hugely. I mean, I know how the scoring works, and I know how the serving works and the sort of points on that. But
that's all you need.
That's all I need for commentary. I like playing it, but nowhere near this level.
Oh, so you play badminton?
Very occasionally, but the thing is, I also play tennis. And if there are any tennis players listening or badminton players listening, it is always known that pretty much you either do badminton or tennis because it's two completely different wrist movements, and if you try and do both, you will just injure your wrist very quickly.
The tech director from YSTV, who's one of the big Rose leads here on the media side, is an avid badminton player. He was doing some of the commentary yesterday, and last year he stepped in at the last minute to help us out with the badminton commentary. So shout out to Jay Parker East.
Yeah, and speaking of, court number 6 is now actually underway on play, and court number 5 indeed is 1-1 currently on court number 6, and it is the opening point. Amazing attack there from York, amazing overheads. Lancaster defending well, just not quite well enough. First point goes to York. It is now 2-1 on court number 6. And we're just about to start play on court number 7. But yeah, a great power shot there from the York players on court number 6. Lancaster trying to defend and hit a defensive drop shot almost, not quite getting it over the net. And unfortunately a foul serve there from York, taking the score up to 2-3 to York. And it's now 2-1 currently on court number 7. And that's the fun thing about badminton. Points can happen so quickly in the blink of an eye. I mean, it's now 3-3 on court number 6 and in the time we've been talking, and 2-2 on court number 5.
It's a really, really fast-paced sport here.
It's very fast-paced. But it's very, very intense, as you can see. Lots of movement. Great lob there on court number 5. Another drop shot from York, and amazing overheads and drop shots. They're really varying the pace here, and it just seemed to work there for York. They have now taken a 3-love lead on court number 5. And yeah, it's a 4-3 lead for Lancaster on court number 6. And I think that's a 5-2 lead for Lancaster on court number 7.
So they're going really far ahead here. We've got a really close game on court 6 with 4-4. But the other two matches are not as close.
Oh no, that is close. You can quite easily make up 2-3 points. The only time it sort of struggles is I think in the second round matches on court number 5 we had like a 10-point difference. That's the only point at which it's really it's going to be difficult. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. But yeah, current scores are 4-2 to York on court number 5, 6-5 to York on court number 6, and 7-3 to Lancaster on court number 7. On court number 5, York, Lancaster serve, but York on the offense, and great defense from Lancaster. Not quite enough though, and York take it to 5-3 to York. 7-6 to York on court number 6. Now 7-all with Lancaster to serve, and Lancaster are now serving on court number 7. Great set shots, amazing attacking backhand and a drop shot overhead there from one of the Lancaster players. Another overhead there, and great defense from York. Not quite enough though. The score is now, I think, 9-4 on court number 7. 8-7 currently on court number 6. And currently on court number 5, where that was an amazing shot there from York, taking them up a 7-4 lead. And on court number 6, if you just saw, it just unfortunately went into the net. As it's so fast-paced, it has to be instinctive,
Yeah.
reflexes.
Lancaster have taken the lead from behind on court 6 now, of 10-7 to them.
Yeah, as I said, it really goes quickly.
It does. Anything can change. Oh, and Lancaster, York have just scored, so it's now 10-8.
Yeah, as I said, it was. I think one of the Lancaster players just tried a drop shot. It didn't quite work out as well as they hoped. Went into the net instead. And York has slowly, as you can see, gaining. It's now 10-9 on court 6. And 8-5 to York on court number 5.
And on court number 7,
We can barely see the scoreboard.
we can
I'm
barely see
fairly
the scoreboard.
certain it's about. I think it's 10-8.
I think it's 10-8 as well. So York have actually regained a lot of ground there as well.
Yeah, they have. As I said, York have made quite a bit of ground up, because I think they were
10-9. It's 10-9 now. on court 7.
10-9 now. 10-9 now, yeah. But yeah, they've made up quite a lot of ground.
And on court 6, York have taken the lead 11-10.
Yeah. It's been just absolutely stunning, because they're very, very fast. I knew they were going to be fast-paced points, like here on court number 5 with a lob and another overhead from Lancaster in response to an overhead from York, sealing out the point. 7-9 to York is the current score on court number 5. Lancaster serving on court number 6. Drop shot from Lancaster, lob from York, and another overhead from Lancaster. Great defence from York, but they didn't quite get it in the court. Score is 12-all.
12-all.
On court number 6.
And these matches are just 21 points?
21 points, but it's by 2 clear points. So, for example, if it's 20-all, they go to 22. Which actually happened in it happened, I think, in the last set of the first round on court number 6. I could be wrong, but it is always very, very, very close. Currently, score on court number 5 is 12-7, 13-7 to York, and they are about to actually, I think, resume play on court number 7 after a short break.
But it's all still to play for here. This can change very quickly.
It could change very, very quickly. Like at the minute, York are leading 13-14 on court number 6. Lancaster could just as easily win the next 5 consecutive points. It's very changeable. But the thing is, that's the thing. They're so evenly matched at this point.
Over on court 7, it's currently 12 points to 9 with Lancaster in the lead.
Yeah, they've just won the last 2 points, I think, in the row. And Lancaster to serve. And 15-7 is now the score on court number 5, with York serving. Crowd really getting into this. An amazing set of points there. I think York just tried a drop shot, didn't quite work on court number 5. Score now 15-8 to York.
On court number 6, it's 13 points, 14 points to Lancaster, 16 points to York.
Yeah, and it is very close, very, very close here on court number 7. I think it's 13-11. It is very, very tight match. And York just hitting harder and harder, seemingly, on court number 5, just edging the shuttlecock right past the Lancaster players, just a bit too far out of reach. And a slight mistake there means that York are now 18-8 up on court number 5. And the current score, 15 points to Lancaster, 17 points to York.
And
on
there
court
was
number
a
6.
great rally there between both sides. They really, it was really on
Oh,
the edge of who would win.
did you just see that? I mean,
Did.
very, very good shot there from the Lancaster
York had
player.
to
York tried
dive to the ground.
No, they have been doing that before. All teams, even yesterday, they've been diving, and it's been hectic, to say the least. And because occasionally what they'll do, they hit very, very short drop shots, and they will actually try and dive to get it. and currently scores are fairly tight on courts 6 and 7. Court 6, it's 18-16 to York, and I think it might have just gone to 14-13 to York on court number 7.
Which means York's pretty much gained ground there because they were a couple of points behind at the beginning of the match.
However, I think Lancaster are trying to pull it back a bit here on court number 5, and I think that was an amazingly judged lob there from Lancaster. Takes them to 12-18 to York on court number 5. They are slowly pulling this back. As I said, it's not impossible to make up that difference. However, it is now 19-12 after an amazing passing shot from York. They only need 2 more points to seal out the set. Current score on court number 7 is 17-14 to Lancaster and 17-19 on court number 6 to York. It is very, very... and it is now set point for York, and they have just taken the set after a good serve and an unfortunate return into the net for Lancaster. First set on court number 5 goes to York.
We're getting very close to the end of these sets now in all of these games. We'll really like the crunch time of getting this right. Over on court 6, it's 18-19.
Yeah, 18-19 to York, and it's 17-16 on court number 7.
So we're very close.
Oh, it's now 20-18. I think we'll follow court 6 for a bit. It's 20-18 with York to serve. Amazing attack, amazing defence from the Lancaster players, but not enough, and they take the set. York has taken the opening set on both courts 5 and 6 now. And now we just await court number 7. York serve, and it is 17 all. Amazing overhead from Lancaster. Good defence.
But York hits the net.
Yeah, it was good defence from York. It's just there isn't much you can do when the overhead is going that fast. 18-17 to Lancaster now. And unfortunately, poor timing meant that Lancaster just hit the net. Now 18 all. It is very, very close here. York serving. Great return.
Ooh, and York
a body
get the
shot
point.
Almost. 19-18 on court number 7 to York. Amazing set of shots.
Oh, massive
one of
dive
York,
there.
one of the York players dived there. And great drop
enough.
shot from Lancaster. They got it back over the net, but yeah, as you said, not enough. It is now 19 all with Lancaster serving. Great attacking from both York and Lancaster there. Drop shot from York. Amazing overheads from Lancaster. Great defence from York, as I said. They've been defending great the entire Roses. But Lancaster's attack is just a bit too strong. Lancaster are now at set point. 2019 to Lancaster.
Very, very close. Very high tension. Everyone's quiet.
Yeah, everyone is. I mean, even the other teams are watching, like from the other courts.
Not sure what happened there.
I'm not sure. Oh, did it get caught? I am not quite sure what happened there. It got very quiet and then it stopped. Good communication there from the York team. Overhead.
Ooh,
Amazing defense from York.
And York get
defense
it.
turned into attack there. That was great from York. – 20 all. Now the score on court number 7, and court number 6 has resumed. Lancaster. It is now 1 all on court 6 after York taking the opening set. And an unfortunate missed drop shot from York will cost them.
But while Lancaster now have 21 points because it's not a clear lead,
I know.
you have to keep going.
I know. It could be we could be here for a while on court 7. But it is now Lancaster to serve for the set. And amazing shots though from should ignore court 6 because the amazing shots there. Amazing attack, but a brilliant defence from York.
Ooh. I think Lancaster get the point and win the set.
Yeah, they have taken it 22-20. Opening set on court number 7 goes the way of Lancaster. 3-1 currently on court number 6 in favour of York after they took the opening set. Unfortunate shot into the net. Means it is now 3-2 to York. But yeah, it's very fast paced and it's very enjoyable. Lobs from York. Amazing get from Lancaster. There's
Lancaster defending quite well there.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a backhand lob. It was behind him as well. He had to almost jump and reach up to it. One of the Lancaster.
That's
players.
amazing.
I said reflexes are your friend at badminton, and it seems the second set is underway now on court number 5 as well. No current score is 1-love to Lancaster, and it's a 5-3 lead for York in the second set on court number 6. And I think we're also about to get underway on court number 7. Just last minute talks and discussions. 1-1 currently on court number 5. 6-3 lead for York on court number 7-3 lead for York now in the second set on court number 6. Great playing on court number 7. Amazing sets of backhands and a massive lob. And York missed the overhead. How unfortunate. Lancaster now take a 2-1 lead on court number 5 in the second set. Currently it is 4-7 to York on the court number 6, and their overhead just goes a little long, giving Lancaster another point, now 5-7.
It looks like court 7 is just about to get underway. Lancaster are going to serve.
Yeah, it seems that way. I think they're just doing last minute discussions. Currently on court 5, York have a now, well, I was going to say they have a, oh no, they have a 4-2 lead now. Unfortunately, Lancaster just hit it a bit wide.
And on court 6, it is 6 to Lancaster, 8 to York, with Lancaster taking the last point.
Yeah, it was great defence from York, but Lancaster just hitting harder and harder. And yeah, we are now underway on court number 7, with Lancaster leading 1-love so far.
Oh, but they just hit the net.
Yep, it is now 1-all. York serving on... they were serving on court number 5. Unfortunately, it went into the net. Taking the score to 5-3 on court number 5. It is now 8-all on court number 6 in the second set.
Very close.
Very, very close. And it's currently 2-1 to Lancaster on court number 7. And you can probably hear how enthusiastic the crowds are. They are really getting into this.
Which is amazing. 3 days into Roses, everyone still has energy. Everyone's still rooting for their team, wanting them to do well.
It's like you'd expect, some people start losing energy, or, some people would have been out drinking last night.
Probably.
Amazing defence from York there. Not quite enough. Bounces just a bit. Oh no, it did back. No correction. That shot was in. York now take a 7-4 lead on court number 5. It is very tight though on court number 6 as York take a 10-9 lead. And York are now taking a 2-4 lead on court number 7.
And it's 10-all on court 6.
Yeah, very, very tight match there on court number 6.
It's York to serve on court 6.
Yep, and it is 3-4 currently to York on... I've forgotten the number. Court 7, that's
Court
it.
7.
An amazing shot and defence from Lancaster there to get them to 4-all on court number 7. 10-11 is the current score on court number 6, and that is in favour of York. And York now have a 10-5 lead on court number 5.
But it can change at any moment as well.
As we said, yeah, it can change. A 5-point lead can vanish in an instant. Speaking of, Lancaster just won that point. Said York's defence was good, just not quite enough. Takes the score to 10-6 to York. 5-4 is the current score on court number 7. I think they're just discussing something currently. 10-7 now on court number 5. Lancaster almost pulling it back. Great overhead from Lancaster. Good return from York though, and York couldn't quite get it. And one of the team members on court number 6 from Lancaster was on the floor getting that drop shot that is still in play.
And they win the point.
And they win the point. That was an amazing point.
And that takes them into the lead.
Yep, and I definitely say that should go on a highlight somewhere.
I agree.
It was a beautiful, beautiful shot.
It's something I've seen throughout this tournament. In the basketball, volleyball, everything. Everyone will do anything to just get that ball.
Get
make
the
sure
point.
It stays on.
As it,
Try and
because
get a
every
point.
point can matter. You know, you never know when one point is going to completely make a difference. Sorry, I dropped my phone earlier. It's under a chair. Right, we're back. There we go.
That's fine.
Lovely. Back to commentary for badminton. That's what we're here for. Current score, 7-all on court number 7. 12-all on court number 6. Oh, no, 13-12 now just to Lancaster on court number 6. And 11-9 to York on court number 5. Amazing get from York. Doesn't quite land in, though. 10-11 now the score. That gap has really closed up between Lancaster and York. Currently 14-12 in favour of Lancaster on court number 6. And 7-8 to York on court number 7. And I think they're about to get just back underway on court number 5, where so much fun action has been going on. A great return from Lancaster there. The York player couldn't quite get it back. 8-all now on court number 7. Great returns though on court number 6, finished by an amazing overhead from York. Lancaster on the defence on court number 5 as York just keep hitting harder and harder with massive overheads. And Lancaster do it with an amazing defence. York trying and get there, and they do, but only after the shuttlecock bounces.
How unfortunate, but dedication to sport.
Complete dedication. And now it seems that Lancaster are taking a 16-14 lead on court number 6 and a 9-8 lead, 10-8 lead for Lancaster on court number 7. And it's now, as you mentioned, things can change. 13-12 to Lancaster.
They've
on
really
court
pulled
number
it
5.
back.
They have really, really pulled it back from 10-3 down.
But York take the next point, so now it is
13
all even.
Yep.
13-all.
Yep, and 18-14 on court number 6. But the overhead goes into the net for Lancaster. 15-18 is the score in favour of Lancaster on court number 6. And 10-all on court number 7. As I said, these are so evenly matched. Oh, you had a good idea. Sit down on a chair whilst commentating. And we can still see the scores.
Yeah. Amazing. So, court 5
14 all.
14 all, but now it's 15.
15-14 in favour of York.
And York won the first set here, so Lancaster really, really needs to get this point.
Lancaster will be wanting to win this.
Out of the 3 matches currently going, York won 2 of the first sets, 2 of the matches, and in the other game, Lancaster took the first set.
Yep, that is correct.
Court 7 is 11 to Lancaster, 10 to York, but they're taking a bit of a break at the moment to have some conversations. Court 6, it is 19 to Lancaster, 17 to York, so still very close. And over on court 5, it is 16 to York, 15 to Lancaster.
And he's fallen over, and he's actually knocked one of the bottles over onto one of the courts. That does not look fun. I hope he is.
He's going to have some bruises in the morning.
Yep, I suspect so.
He's been diving all over the place, but it's...
He has been, but in general, quite a few of the players have been here. They are determined. Even though, as we said, roses are red this year, I think they are determined to just win. Because I guess it's that competitive spirit.
And people remember those wins and losses every year. You can ask anyone who played last year, they'll tell you the result of the fixture
They
that they were
could tell
part
you
of.
down to the point. I won't be able to, even though I commentated on it, but they will.
and they will let you know, and they still care whether they win or lose this competition.
Yeah. Currently, though, it is 19 all on court number 6, with the first set going to York. It is 17-16 on court number 5, favouring York, and they won the first set. And after Lancaster winning the first set, they are now leading 12-11 on court number 7. And a bit of rage, I think, from one of the Lancaster players as match point. They now face match point against York. As I said, it can get quite frustrating. They are very competitive, and an amazing return after hitting it into the net and losing the last point to bring it back to 20 all. Quite an achievement.
Oh, but Lancaster just hit the net, so it is 21 points to York, 20 to Lancaster.
Match point on court number 6 here. Drop shot lob from Lancaster. Overhead, another drop shot from York. You drop shot from Lancaster. 21 all.
It's getting really, really tense here.
Yeah, and just a brief update on the other scores for people listening on 95.3 Bellrogue FM, 88.3 URY, and the Roses Live website. Court number 7, it is currently, I think, 19-11, 18-20 for York on court 5. The court 7 is in favour of Lancaster, but we are sticking with court number 6. It is 21-22 in favour of York. It is match point, and it doesn't go over. What a shame. That was so close. 23-21
Which
being
means
the final score in that second set. And court number 5 had just finished as well.
So York has won the match on court 5.
Yes, and on court 6.
Winning in straight sets on both
Yeah,
games.
but as you can tell, those score lines are very tight.
Very, very tight.
Very, very tight indeed. And I think it's very, very close on court number 7.
We cannot fully see the scoreboard from where we're sitting, but
I'm going to stretch my mic.
I believe it is 18-14, but Lucas can confirm.
I think it is about 18-14. So
everyone is gathering around now to watch this play out.
Everyone. This may be the last fixture.
York serving.
York serving. And it goes into the net. How unfortunate.
Oh, I think it's 17-15 actually.
Is it? Fair enough.
With Lancaster in the lead. So a bit closer than we thought it was. Lancaster serve. Ooh. And York hit the net.
Yeah.
Meaning Lancaster
What
take
a
the point.
shame.
It's 18-15. In Lancaster's favour.
Yep, it is. Very, very close.
Lancaster serve. Ooh, very fast-paced attack there,
Massive
but
overhead.
York return it.
Drop shot from York, lob from Lancaster.
Oh,
And it goes
York
into the net.
hits the net yet again.
Another point to Lancaster there. Brings them ever closer to the set.
Tension is real. Tension is real. Lancaster serve, York return. And York hit the net.
20-15
York,
to Lancaster.
York have to win
Match
all of
point.
these to get back in the game. They cannot lose. Lancaster serve.
Lob from York. Lob from York again. Very fast overhead. Drop shot from Lancaster, and they've done it!
Lancaster have won in straight sets.
Lancaster win the match in straight sets.
Oh, and there's a massive hug there between the Lancaster player. And everyone's running over to congratulate.
And then they're taking pictures. It's amazing.
Wow. That was
and
amazing.
That could very well be over.
I believe it is. I mean, there's no matches being set up now, but you never know how it's going. Well done to all of the players, whether they won or lost.
If this is the match, well done to absolutely everyone. We hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get some interviews, if that is the end, get some interviews of the players from York and Lancaster, which would be great, actually. I'd love to talk.
I would love to hear about how it felt being there, especially at the end when everyone was watching.
It was so close, and I felt almost really bad commentating, but it was complete silence.
Complete silence.
No one was talking or cheering. It's like when the point was going on, no one. Complete silence, dead. We were the only ones talking. Everything you could hear was us talking, and then the shuttlecock and people moving on the badminton. But no, I am fairly certain it is done now.
They are taking down the nets. And I wonder what's coming up later in this arena. I know we've got some netball going to happen
I think
later on
netball
today.
might be going on later today.
I know we're going to have some ballroom dancing in the other sports room. There's tennis going on.
Yep.
So it might be the last day of Roses, but there's still loads of exciting stuff.
Oh no, there are.
in
We
Soch.
looked at the fixtures. There are so many fixtures going on.
My friend's taking part in martial arts, which we won't be broadcasting live. But if you're here in Lancaster, head down. That's for no points, but it is going to be a really good time.
Yeah, as I said, we are definitely got a lot to look forward to. I know that someone I know of is doing the canoe water polo.
Yes,
which looks so much fun.
It's so much fun. I've done some canoe water polo. It's a lot of fun, and
I've no idea what it is at all. It just looks fun.
so you go in kayaks in a pool. And you play polo, so there's nets at the other end, and you get a ball and you
That
pass it
sounds
between the
amazing.
kayaks. And it's
I
really
would
fast-paced.
probably end up drowning myself, but that sounds amazing.
Oh,
regardless.
so would I. But
I have no balance, and it's like kayak in a pool, and then you're doing polo.
that will be going out on URY 80.3 FM, Bale Rig 95.3 FM.
Yep. But thank you for listening. This has been the mixed doubles for badminton. You've been listening on Bayorig FM 95.3 Bayorig FM, 88.3 FM on URY, and yeah, thank you for listening. We might still be live for some interviews, but yeah, thank you for tuning in on the Roses Live website, and I think we're going to now pass you over to netball. Oh, no.
But for those of you not listening on radio,
for those of you sort of listening sort of on like the live website, but yeah, we're having
we're
fun
still
here.
going. We're going to
I
do.
think we're still going. We might get radio interviews.
We've got some interviews which will be really interesting to see. I'm really
Hopefully
interested to see how
if we
it
can
feels.
drag up some very tired badminton players up to the balcony above the badminton courts and do some radio interviews with them. Yeah, what were your thoughts overall on it? I know you haven't been here for all of it, and I sort of dragged you into commentating.
It's completely fine. I was here for the last games, and as a York person, it was quite nice to see some York wins.
Yeah, York won
But Lancaster did a
quite
great job.
convincingly.
Yes, but on that final set between with the final game going with Lancaster and York, Lancaster did a great job. So.
Oh, and we've actually got some players here.
So,
Yeah?
we believe they're Lancaster. Oh, we've got a mix of Lancaster and York players, I think.
We have a mix.
Hello.
Oh,
Just stand
anyway,
here.
yeah, if you, these mics can't go much further. That's the only problem.
Wired
We've got
mics.
Limited, yeah. That one. Use that one. You guys use
1,
that
2.
one. Right, and we do actually have radio interviews with some of the players. And we're also waiting for cameras, so we're just going to sort of stall. Feel free to move that onto the floor if you want to sit down, the laptop. No, we can't. The wide mics won't go any further. The amazing. Ro-
Can we move that then?
Yeah, as I said, just feel free to move it. It's mine, so just.
Put that up.
Yay. So I think we'll start with you guys first. How did you find that? I've been watching your matches all morning. You played really brilliantly, and you were all diving about the place. It was really great to watch. So overall thoughts first.
Yeah, I think compared to last year, it's a nice change. We came seeking revenge, so I think we got that. The games were nice and close. It was nice for it to come down to the last game, and yeah, it was overall just really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. Didn't play last year, so it's good to be involved this year. I didn't win, but the team won, so I'm happy enough.
No,
To be
actually,
honest.
you played really brilliantly. I'm being honest.
pretty
Even-
class,
I mean,
but-
although in fairness, I'm very easily pleased. I thought everyone was playing brilliantly.
They
I mean-
were, to be fair.
I mean,
think
I
they
was
were.
still one of the York players seriously like diving around to get some of the drop shots. I was like, how are you? You're gonna have bruised knees the next morning.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got a few injuries.
Yeah, I think all of you are gonna end up a bit.
I don't dive.
You're gonna wake up at some point just tomorrow morning just sore.
Yeah.
I think possibly. But yeah, anything in particular that you thought you really did well, or anything you thought you could improve upon?
I think boot camp went really well. We didn't get as much mixed practice in as we would have liked. Obviously, with it only being worth 1 point, we kind of focused on the like men's and women's. But yeah, it was overall the pairings were good. I think we, especially Nam and Sean, the pair that won all 3 at the end there, they're just brilliant. So we know that if they're on form, that's kind of 3 wins. So yeah, it went really well.
I mean, not much more else to add to that, really. I mean, we did well. We've won. Boot camp
Yeah.
went well. Straight, innit?
Well, congratulations and well done. I think we'll pass over to the York badminton players. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for your time. So, similar-ish questions for you guys. Overall, what were your sort of initial reactions, first thoughts on how the match just went?
Oh, I thought the match just then was pretty good, and I think we played the best we've ever played so far. So I think we're both quite happy because this is our first time ever playing together. So I think we did really good.
Yeah, my honest reaction, you guys were all playing very, very sort of high level. It was really, really good to watch. It was absolutely great. So well done, I think, on behalf of everyone. We just want to say well done and thank you. Any sort of things you thought went really well? Anything you thought you could improve upon?
I think probably warmed up into it over the morning. Definitely, yeah, felt more warmed up towards the end. But I just think more games, more practice.
Yeah, as I
Yeah.
say, practice makes perfect.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, very, very well done. And I think there were some very tight matches and very tight sets. So I think that was definitely could have gone either way, certainly in some of the matches. But very well done. Thank you ever so much, really. Thank you for your time. Thank you for letting us interview you. And best of luck next, Roses, which I think is going to be at York. Best of luck at next Roses and any other tournaments you do as well.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
ever so
you.
much. And that is now the official end of the stream of the mixed badminton for Sunday morning. Thank you for listening in on 95.3 Berwick FM, 88.3 URY. I have now finally memorised this. It's only my last fixture. And listening in on the Roses Live Radio and on the TV and on YouTube as well.
And on YouTube. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.